Right? So the first thing that we're going to talk about is building momentum.
Building momentum. I hear that a lot.
Right, so you can build momentum pretty much any time during the month, right?
Right.
What used to happen to me was I would have a great month, make a bunch of money. You know, the first of the month I'd kick back, got all this money coming. Third, fourth, fifth, kick back, got all this money coming, everything's great. But what would happen is then you would get that big fat check on the fifth, right?
Right.
And you'd feel great. Then all that money would get spent. And so by the 7th or the 8th, you're like, or I was like, oh damn it, like I need to go start selling some cars or else next month is not going to be as fat as this month.
Right.
So one of my managers, he kind of grabbed me by the shirt tail and he said, you know, what you're doing is you end up kind of behind the 8 ball and you're not using the momentum that you already have to continue that momentum. Mm-hmm. So really what you need to do is on the 1st of the month, whether you've had a great month or a bad month, because we all have both.
Yep.
You need to act as if you had one of those, right?
Right.
So when you go out after a great month and you made $7,000, right? If you just hang out, you don't use that energy, then it's not doing you any good. It's not helping you continue down that path of success. It's really just, it stops you. So instead, you go out on the 1st, you got a pocket full of money. Do you have any cash in your wallet?
Right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep cash in your wallet. You know, keep $100, $200, $500, $1,000, whatever it is, because having cash in your wallet makes you feel like you have resources available, right? And it's
right.
relaxing because you know that if something comes up, you just handle it. Right? Where if you don't have cash in your pocket and somebody says, hey, I'm going to go get lunch or whatever the case may be, and you ain't got no cash, then it's like, well, hey, can you take care of me on this run? Mm-hmm. Right? Which isn't, I mean, that can be embarrassing.
Yeah.
Or it induces, you know, reciprocation later on down the road. You know, hey, man, you going to take care of me today. You don't have money in your wallet, so now you're having to say you're sorry, you know, whatever the case may be. So you approach the month after this. On the 1st, you get out there right away. And you start talking to people because you have a more relaxed tone. Mm-hmm. And people are going to be more receptive to working with somebody who's not all stressed out and needing to make a bunch of money, right? We used to call that commission breath. So you get out there, you sell a car. Because you're relaxed. And you're having a great time, right? And then the 2nd, same thing. You get out there, you meet people. And you sell a car. Right? Or you don't sell a car, maybe you make some connection that you're going to sell a car to, you know, a couple weeks down the road. Yeah, exactly, right? Yes. Something that can grow into something later. But if you're just resting on your laurels, you got all this money, you're hella comfortable, everything's wonderful, then there's, you know, you're not building anything, you're not putting anything in your pipeline for later on down the road. Right? So as you keep doing this, you keep that momentum rolling. You're always in a comfortable state, you're always relaxed. You're never stressed. You never come across like, oh my gosh, I have to sell these people a car, otherwise I'm not going to be able to pay my rent. Right? Because the rent's already paid. Now I get to do this for fun instead of having to do it, you know, to cover bills and whatnot.
And I really think you bring out a really good point with the whole great month, because you're right, like if you know you have money in the bank, you know, someone that has 0 money in the savings account, right, as opposed to someone that has 10 grand or 1,000 grand right there, you know, ready to use.
Right.
I feel so much like relaxed, and I'm
sure. Just chill.
Yeah, and I'm sure it you know goes with anybody else that has that like type of comfortable.
Right. So let's talk about you come off that bad month, right? You make $1,500. Mm-hmm. Your rent is $1,800, which means you're not eating for the month. You don't have any gas in the car. I mean, now you're in trouble, right? Because this will happen too. But if you have resources in the bank from, running down this path more often than the other, then you know that you're going to be fine. But how do we build momentum coming off of this? Right? Well, on the first, you need to act as if. What does that mean?
Act as if you have money in the bank. Act as if your month's great.
Act as if you had this month. Right? You get out there, you still have to be relaxed. Now it's showtime, because it's, you have to create that in yourself,
right,
so that you can build that momentum back up and get the ball rolling again.
Correct.
Right? So you go out there, you act as if you just had a great month,
Mm-hmm.
you relax, there's no big problems, right? Whatever's happening at home, you're not focusing on, because there's nothing you can do about it right now anyway.
Right.
Whatever's going to happen next week, you can't focus on, because it hasn't happened yet. So there's a very important secret. I'll put it right here. Okay? And it's live in the moment.
Oh, close.
The only time that you can ever live is right now. The past has already happened. You have to put that behind you. There's nothing you can do to change it. Right? Whatever's coming in the future, there's no way that you can be prepared for any future contingency.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to live right now. You have to go out and grab that customer right now. You have to approach that customer as if they're the last one that you're going to ever see. Right?
Right.
Live right now. Focus right now. What am I doing right now to get in front of somebody? What am I doing right now to sell this person a car? What am I doing right now to sell a car, or to set an appointment, or to talk to somebody that's going to help me continue to build this momentum? So you go out there on the first, you act as if you just had a great month, and guess what happens? You sell a car. Right? And then the second, because you're starting to build this momentum, now you're feeding off of this, and you have
confidence, kind of stuff.
Right? When's the best time to sell a car?
After you sell your first one.
Right after you just sold one. So you come to work the next day, hey, I sold a car yesterday, everything's great. Right? The money's going to have to catch up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So you still have to act as if a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but you're already getting that momentum going, and you need to get in front of somebody. You need to get in front of a customer. And you need to have that mindset of, hey, I just sold a car, everything's okay. Right? When you get to 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row and you haven't sold a car, what happens?
You start feeling like crap.
You start feeling that pressure.
And I feel like in that way you also build like a shitty momentum, a bad momentum,
Correct.
a bad vibe. That's,
So you got two different spirals that start happening, right? You're either doing this trick
slow.
and you're building that momentum up to wonderful things, or you get caught in the trap and you start this downward spiral, right? And how do we get out of that? How do you get out of this downward spiral? You got to do this.
You got to stop and just go up.
You got to act as if you've already had a little bit of success. We're just building onto that momentum, and we move on to the next one. We take that next customer, relaxed, ready to assist them with whatever they need. Instead of, I got to sell this guy a car. Right? When you come out and you're like, I got to sell this guy a car, now you come across as high pressure, like you don't care about what they need or what they want, you're just trying to get in their wallet, right?
Right.
You need to act as if you're good. You're square. There's no stress. Live in the moment. That person that you're with, they're not here to collect the payment on your car. They're not here to collect the payment on your house. They're here to buy a car. Cars are cool. Like, we get to hang out with cars all day long.
That's awesome.
And we get to talk to people. We get to drive stuff that we don't even necessarily want to buy. We get to drive the entry-level car. Yeah, and we get to drive Corvettes and Mustangs and cool cars. You know what I mean? That's what this business is. So if you start feeling yourself down or whatever, dude, whatever, go hop in a Mustang and go freaking, go balls out for a minute. Change your mindset, right?
Yeah.
And feel it. When you feel it, then you can live in the moment, and that person who's in front of you, they can feel it too. Right?
Yeah.
That's how you begin to build that momentum.
Right.
And that's how we stay successful. That's how we avoid this trick. Because in commission sales, this is what happens.
Of doom.
That's what happens, right? Because you have this month and you're like, man, everything's great, and then 7 or 8 days go by, and you're like, oh, damn it, now I gotta go sell something, and you set yourself up to be here, now you gotta find a way to get back up here again, right?
Yeah.
Just keep that momentum going. Just do it all the time. Live in the moment. Live in the moment. You can't change what's happened in the past, and you can't prepare necessarily for what's coming in the future. Some things you can, but you don't know who's walking in that door. You don't know what kind of personality they have, what kind of car they're looking for. You don't know that stuff. You got to wait until they get here, and then they're going to tell you what it is, and then you can build a game plan, right? So live in the moment and act as if you've already got that momentum, and then you can start to build that momentum and continue to be successful.
Right.
Make sense?
Yes.